Warning, this video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
all right, everyone, we're back with a hot topic. Remember when I used to do those?
Been a minute.
I got Saggy Melons here. I got my binge buddy, Jack. Will you shut up, man? Will you shut up, man? Are you talking to Jeremy? I don't know. We'll see.
Oh.
Brian, Master of Madness. We're going to have a real discussion. There's not a lot of jokes here. This is a genuine discussion. Is there any links? You know how I cover the hot topics. I might lose some subs on this. I don't give a shit. We're going to talk about, are there actual links to racism and groups within the fandom, especially the Menace of fandom. We're also going to talk about the Zack Snyder charity thing that the Geeks and Gamers are supporting. And you know what? I have my issue with Jeremy and Geeks and Gamers, but I think suicide prevention is a wonderful thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if they support it, good for you. I just think they should support it all the time instead of just the charity, because their behavior and protecting the mob, I feel, is a detriment to fandom and to the mental health of fandom. And it's somewhat hypocritical to accept funds and act virtue signal like you're for this, when on the other end of the spectrum, you participate in the worst parts of fandom that absolutely mock people. They genuinely think they have mental illnesses. That's not my words. That's Jeremy. These people are actually mentally ill, and then we mock them constantly. And that goes back to the beep bop boop stuff too, because listen, that community, it's sort of like religion. Are we about making fun, mocking people's religion? No, you're free to your own beliefs, but this is where it comes from. And if you actually look into statistics, one of the groups that's very impacted by suicidal tendencies is the LGBT group, and it's a lot of it comes from this mocking. You think it's just jokes and memes, yo, bro?
Now, hold on. I'm gonna interject.
I'm throwing a lot out there.
I'm
right?
part of
Yes.
part of the
Okay.
LGBTQ community, right?
All right, sure.
And here's my thing.
Yes.
Okay, the whole beep bop boop thing. Let's just get this out of the way.
Okay.
From what she said, we're talking about Gina Carano.
Yes.
Is that she was being pressured to put her pronouns in her bio, which is who pressured her? And if it's people who are part of the LGBTQ, which is what she said,
I say that's bullshit. No one pressures Gina Carano to do anything.
But
her job was on the line, and she didn't bend the knee.
But I'm saying that.
So it was just a troll.
Max, the toxicity also is involving. There's toxicity in the LGBTQ community.
Does that sound like? Yeah, I agree.
Not every. And here's my thing: they have also bullied and harassed people into submission to believe in what they believe in. It happens with all types of groups and community. So I'm not gonna say
does
that it's fair.
Sound like someone that was under so much pressure? That seems like a comedic troll.
She was combating trolls. She was trolling.
Right.
And it's fine, because at the end of the day, these are.
I don't think she should be canceled, but no.
But my thing is, how can we sit here and say, well, there is toxicity in these communities, and she put beep bop boop. So you're telling me that there's no toxicity in the LGBTQ community?
No, I didn't say that. Did
I? There's toxicity everywhere, man.
Don't straw man me, Saggy. I never said that. I am about consistency and calling out all across the board. But let's be real. Why was she propped up? It's because she is trolling a little bit. And
do you know I got originally banned off Twitter for misgendering someone?
Okay.
Do you know why I got banned for misgendering someone? It wasn't because I actually misgendered someone. It was because around the time when I was doing the whole online, little online war about whatever the hell was going on at the time, people decided to exploit the Twitter terms and services. So they would purposely put pronouns that they don't actually go by in their bios, so that way if you called them by their actual bio, so say for instance you identify yourself as a man, you're clearly identify yourself a man, but what you would do if you wanted to silence me and catch me slipping is you would put they or them in your bio, so that way when I actually call you he or address you as he, you can report me and completely get me kicked off Twitter.
Here's something about me. I am not going to put pronouns in my bio either, but I'm not going to mock people that do, just like I wouldn't mock someone's religion or their beliefs.
But people do. People who aren't even part of the LGBTQ community have done it. I've gotten my main account that I had for years got permanently banned. And the reason why is because I called somebody who was a male by he, and they had pronouns in their bio, and I got banned for it. And they sat there and they laughed about it. I remember it too, because they were on a website talking about, oh, we got her, I got her down. I don't even remember what I got her down for, but they identify as a male, and that's what people do. They put pronouns in their bios for whatever agenda. But I'm not going to blame Gina for
I'm just getting back to the point about prevention. I think I applaud him. I hope he's encouraged by the opportunity and actually tries to prevent, because really it's what does the Menace do? It really defends the mob. They do a lot of charity work, but they're horrible behavior. Horrible. That's why
they like using the charity work as a little shield to their little inside dealings.
I don't think they all do. I think that's a generalization.
Let me
not a broad brush, bro, but the stuff that trends in the Menace is the most horrendous. Okay. Brian.
All right. So this all boils down just to the culture war, man.
Yeah.
People that fight it every day, the battlefield's Twitter. See, and I just think, one, you should disconnect. Two, we really shouldn't be using a broad brush, bro, because it leads to nowhere. So what I've decided is I'm going to not look at the Fandom Menace as a group anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of us still have the same goals. It's just the method of which we go about getting to those goals.
Some of them, yeah. Okay.
So basically calling Jeremy names and stuff is like saying, oh, all Trump supporters are racist.
No.
You know what I mean? But that's what it is now, especially with the hyperbole on Twitter. Okay.
Well, I will,
especially if you jump into the fray.
You can't really say like I'm
not saying
I agree.
That
I agree with you.
Like
I understand what you're saying, but when he talks about these things and he's spewing this message as this is what's happening, this is the fact, then people are catching on to that and saying, oh, okay, this is actually happening. His ideas are spreading to his viewers, and that's what makes his base look extremely, not all of them are, but it makes it extremely like Jeremy.
Well,
some people don't even realize the content they're engaging in. They're being desensitized to hate on things.
They use his same language. They use his same tactics of bullying people into saying, "Oh, you believe in women in Star Wars? How?"
Well, make sure he gets Saggy speak.
I was going to say, you also have to look at it from a YouTuber content creator's perspective. What generates the most views on YouTube, which is outrage and drama.
Yep,
that's what people like to watch. They like to watch people get mad. You can't deny that some people, like if you could look at my YouTube channel, for example, you can see where my views excel. I excel on my YouTube content whenever I'm talking about controversial or drama that goes on. Those are the videos that get the most views. And then all my other videos, they won't have as many views because, again, what generates an audience, if you're building a platform for yourself, is drama and controversy. That's what the audience wants to watch. And I think that some of these YouTubers, especially the ones with the big numbers, they recognize that formula and they go with it. That's the formula.
Sounds familiar, really familiar. Nerd Wars.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a formula.
Stuck in my throat.
Well, I think the major issue is when people call them actual Aussies. No, racism. There's varying degrees, and just by calling them that gives an easy out and causes problem for the conversation. There's many forms of it. We should all try to be better, and I personally, I have a problem with those mocking people that want social justice that actually believe it. Do people go jump the shark with it? Absolutely. But then, like, even like Black Lives Matter, yes, there's issues with it. But to mock it consistently, generalization, it's horrible
and
across
also
the board.
they-
When there was it's all started. Yeah, every movement starts from an event, and then it gets skewed by
Starts
people
from a
that
good
are
spot.
opportunities, right?
Yeah.
But it's general. Everything.
It's because it works, Max. That's
Okay.
it's because it works. Because what you're saying, you were on the right track. But just to make it like put it in a little TLDR is if it works and it shows results, people are going to continue to abuse what works. Like cancel culture. Originally, cancel culture was a good thing. It has helped cancel some really scummy people in the entertainment industry and to rectify some wrongs that were done and throughout history. Cool, sure. Now you're seeing a massive wave of cancel culture. Oh crap! Well, if we got that one person, I got more grievances I want to cancel in entertainment, so we're just gonna start canceling everything. If it works, people will exploit it. That's why it's a good thing when they start, but then it turns bad when like I said, people see it works. Let's go.
Well,
But
okay.
no, you know what the TFM does? What they like to do is they like to take the words of one person who says, "Oh, you know what? This actor, I don't really like him that much. I think we should be one person says that. It could be a Twitter account with like 200 followers, and they say that this is the whole spectrum. This is everyone is saying this just because they don't like his opinion. Like that's what they do. They nitpick one person saying one little thing, which is not in line.
If they
at
were
all.
consistent and they really actually stood by what they believe in, they would be defending Brie Larson.
Well,
The
Exactly.
way they've been defending Gina Carano because she was just speaking her mind on the internet, but they all wanted her. That's the first time Jeremy actually boycotted was Brie Larson.
It's the one thing is she said one thing that was her opinion
That was rooted in something good, but was snarky. We want more diversity in the review community, but she said, "I don't care what." She said it in a snarky way,
and they act like they're trying to suppress white people. Like their rhetoric. You can quote me on this. We can do whatever you want with it, but their rhetoric is racist in almost every single way because they like to say, "Oh, why did they need to push these diverse characters all the time? Like, why can't we just have normal characters?" You know what they mean by normal? They mean white people. That's what they're talking about. It doesn't sound like that, but that's what it means.
Well, not all of the I'm gonna be completely honest. I know it's not gonna be a popular opinion, but not all of the Fandom Menace people.
No, I didn't say that.
Yeah, it's not like a.
Oh no! I'm not saying they all are.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that
I've met some really amazing people who are part of that group, and one of them is a person of color as well. And she actually had combat this same argument when people were saying, "Oh, all the people in Fandom Menace are racist." She's like, "Hello, black person here." You know what I mean? Like, what do you mean? So it's like it's not all a high.
When you are, there are people in the Fandom Menace that are good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But when there is a huge channel, like a channel like Jeremy from the Quartering or Jeremy from Geeks and Gamer, like channels like that takes up the huge leadership role. He doesn't act like he's a leader, but he really is. He's the ringleader in this.
Well, he kind of distances himself from the Fandom Menace in this video. That's why I thought it was important. And Firewater's here.
Because he doesn't want to be...
Good evening.
Because he knows what he's doing is wrong, and he knows what he's saying is complete garbage. But he wants to say, "Oh no, we're not aligned with those people." Like, come on, like seriously, these.
Well, Firewater, you're fresh. Have you heard about the articles coming out about YouTubers and Geeks and Gamers and Jeremy and Ryle?
So I watched both RK Outposts and Jeremy's videos. I don't watch them occasionally, but Raya, hello. It's I think they actually have a leg to stand on. Like, I'll criticize them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I criticize, and I've been consistent with this for the past. It'll be 2 years in November since last I spoke with Mr. Jeremy. I think it was in 19 or in 2020. No, I thought it was. No, it was in 2020. Yeah, no, it'd be 2 years in November.
I remember the stream we were on there.
Yeah. So it was 2020, and I said I honestly don't believe that they're racist or sexist, but I believe that they are. I believe that some of them are man babies. think a lot of them are. Man
I think they
babies.
can be prejudiced and misogynist. I don't think they're actual Aussies.
Well, you know what it is.
I do think there's a large segment of the viewer base that is.
The problem is, though, is that they say where they are dishonest with the Fandom Menace is that they say representation doesn't matter, and I call bullshit because how come? You don't feel represented when you don't have, like, some guy complains, well, every white guy in The Last Jedi is incompetent. Well, if representation doesn't matter, why are you so upset?
Exactly.
Right, but
so they're just simply dishonest about that. They should clear that up if they want to tighten up their message.
But calling someone as far as a racist is a bit extreme.
Well, I said there's racism and ignorance in applauding
there's ignorance
and a huge base of their followers.
There are links to actual white nationalists in the origins of the more towards Ethan Van Sciver's side and Comicsgate. Click farms that a lot of they get these videos moving. They all support each other with Bounding in the comics. They kind of all know each other back to the Ethan days, early Comicsgate days. I know. I mean, he had Vox Day on his show. The anti SJW book. That's like their Bible. They all follow it to the letter. Never apologize. Never bend the knee. This is false flagging where they accuse people that could be potentially victims, where they kind of harass them, sort of like the Kelly Marie Tran situation.
Bullying people off the internet. Oh, that wasn't us.
They're actually so indoctrinated that they feel like this false flagging is they actually think they're right.
Well, no. The funny thing is they feel like they have a voice when they really don't. They don't have any voice in what Star Wars is going through. They don't have any. No one recognized. Okay, obviously we recognize them. Okay, maybe that statement was a little off, but what I mean is that they think that they represent Star Wars, but they don't. They don't at all. They're trying to act like they're the group of the common people and the people of.
Firewater. Are they having any impact on Disney Plus?
I don't know. I heard 100 million subscribers since canceled Disney Plus. They're up 5 million.
Right.
They have no influence over what happens. They like to claim they do. They like to say, "Oh, we're gonna cancel Disney Plus because they fired Gina Carano." They went up in subscriptions.
Right, and not only that too. So I mean, the challenge is that, particularly with Jeremy, is that he kind of like. I don't know if he's distancing himself from the Fandom Menace. I guess people move on. It's probably a good idea because it's an uncontrollable hashtag. See, he's in charge of Geeks and Gamers. He can let people come and go on his site. You can say this person's a member, this person's not. That's why I don't like hashtag movements to begin with. There's no exclusionary criterion. I don't want to be lumped in with a bunch of people that may be racist and sexist, even though we may disagree on how a movie went out. Like, even though we may have the same opinion or not, but I don't want to be around that shit. Like, what I do have to say is that I think that, it'll be interesting with the hit piece because you know what it is? I'm wondering if there's legal action. Recently the Quartering, who I can't stand, and I think he's a sociopath.
He's the worst. He's one of the worst.
And that's actually not my opinion. Boogie 2988 said that. He said I'll never have any business with him ever again. But
Zaggy's dying.
I'm listening and I'm reading the chat and I'm sitting here in my head. I'm like, y'all are putting way too much. By y'all, I'm talking about some things I'm seeing in the chat. But you're putting too much pressure on one man. He can't control if his audience are racist. He really can't. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, you kind of curate what content you put out there,
right? But I'm saying I'm not going to consider him a racist, and I think that.
No, I didn't say that.
Well, no, but I see people in the chat saying it. I'm like, dude. If you start labeling white people as racist, right?
That's not.
Well, no. I'm just gonna say this, and then y'all can get the points because this is like a hot thing for me.
Okay.
I get so tired of having people literally just label a white person racist. That in itself is racist. If you don't understand that, I'm sorry, but that stuff pisses me off because at the end of the day, you're hurting the cause of what actual racism is. You're hurting you're making black people and people of color look like assholes when we're not asking you to. That stuff bothers me. It hurts the cause. If you really want to support people and stop racism, stop throwing that word out so easily. If people are ignorant, People can be ignorant, right? It takes away its meaning. People can be ignorant and not be racist. I'm sorry, like Gina Carano, she was ignorant. Do I think she's racist? No. Do I think she's transphobic? No. Is she ignorant? Yes. How do you fix ignorance? By educating people. Educate them on why they're being ignorant, so they're no longer ignorant. But don't call them a racist.
When they're convinced that their way is right, you can't unconvince them. They're indoctrinated to believe what he's saying.
But if they're racist, if those people are racist, then they're racist. It's very different between if you go to the comment section, right?
The thing is, I'm not calling every single one of his supporters racist. I understand the meaning of that word, so I understand what you're saying fully. So don't get me wrong. I totally respect what you're saying. It's just the fact that when you continue to post content that's almost every single time attacking someone who's a minority, attacking someone who's
but why do you look at it like that? Why do you look at it as somebody attacking?
Because those are the videos they are posting.
But are they saying,
that's the majority of the content.
Are they saying that this person's black so they can't be in the role?
No, but
he did call the Little Mermaid hire, the black, the African American actress who got the Little Mermaid. He did call her a diversity hire.
So, okay,
he did say. Well, I mean, that's kind of.
I'm a black woman, and I can agree with him there because at the end of, I'm gonna say it because here's the thing, right? First of all, the Little Mermaid story. Where did that story derive from? Didn't derive from Africa.
A white cartoon.
No, it actually came from a book. And the Little Mermaid technically wasn't even a human-looking character. It was like a fish-looking character.
So doesn't that collapse on your point then what does it matter if she's white or black?
Well, my whole point is that the Little Mermaid, her luscious red hair, I personally don't care, but I understand why people are seeing a race shift in certain characters. Certain characters that hail from a specific region should be properly represented,
here's
right?
Where people don't understand why they're perceived this way. I'm not saying they are.
But I mean, like if you use
calling it out when there's all a bunch of whitewashing in Hollywood.
Max, let me just interject here really quick. But I mean, isn't the nature of saying somebody's a diversity hire prejudice? Maybe not racist, but prejudiced.
Yeah, exactly.
Would you agree with that?
You're
because we don't know if this girl can sing or not. I saw her demo video. I saw videos of her singing. She's got pipes. She's saying
you're being prejudiced. Exactly.
I mean, you only look at her skin color and say that she's disqualified.
That's the problem with both sides. Both sides is we jump to the actual worst, which is that's all. It's also that gives them ammo to brush off actual criticism. No, they're not actual this, but they are ignorant. They are some are prejudiced, and he's making a big implication based on why she was hired instead of her talent.
Right. So, I mean, Saggy, I'm interested in hearing
Kennedy, a copy maker.
I'm interested in hearing Saggy's response to that. What would you say if you were a diversity hire at your job as a black woman?
I've had an offer from a neighbor before who owns a construction company, and he came up to me and said, "Hey, do you want to work? It's only a couple hours." And I'm like, "I don't do construction. I'm a small ass woman. What am I going to do?" He's like, "Well, you could, sweep up and stuff like that. I just need." He basically, without saying it, but we all knew what he meant. He needed a black person for a hire because in where we are, you need a certain number of diversity people
quotas, right?
Yeah, you need a race quota, and he wasn't hiring me because I was qualified for the job or because I was, educated or had experience. He hired me because of my skin color, or he wanted to hire me because of my skin color. So it comes down to I understand when you have a white person say, "Oh, diversity," it comes off as, "Oh, he's racist." Now there are some black people who agree with him with that. Now, are they racist because they agree that they don't want the Little Mermaid to be black and they want her to be represented as a cartoon? Does that make them racist?
Well, I mean, who's being hurt if it's not a white woman with red hair?
Personally, I don't care. I'm just saying I understand where some fans come from when it comes to the whole.
I like Resident Justice comment here. Jeremy and a lot of the Fandom Menace know what kind of audience they attract. They don't seek to educate those ignorant, but enable them.
Exactly. Yeah, because they click on shit and they make him more money. That's the reality.
No, Reach. I won't say that. I'm not highlighting that Reach for the Skies. But I will say this.
That honestly, was what I was trying to say earlier. People think
reach for the skies. Don't.
Well, I will say this though. I will say this, and I have a lot of Trump supporter friends. It's very hard for the other side to come terms with still supporting him after a certain event. I'm saying it's hard. It's hard for people to come to grips with that. I'm being honest with you.
I don't care about what happened then. What I'm talking about right now is we need to stop thinking about being in goddamn groups.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Fair
we
enough.
need to cancel this groupthink bullshit because
All right.
all it is us against them. Us against them.
It's a hive mind.
I mean, aren't you tired of it?
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'm tired of it. Like,
that's why.
I agree.
then why do we watch Jeremy's videos? To get angry? Like, I don't watch it.
Okay.
You know, that's that part of the internet. You know what I mean?
Hot Brian, yes.
I'm just saying, it's like, why are we subjecting ourselves to this kind of mental torture for no effing reason? Because I'm sorry, I mean, yeah, you get a little bit of an adrenaline rush when you call people out on Twitter and shit.
Right.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, what'd you do?
Yeah, nothing changes.
I think
No, he's just gonna keep making his damn videos. So why?
All right. I think it's a valid conversation.
Sorry, I'm not trying to crap on everything, but I'm just saying
I feel free.
What we need to do is start thinking more in terms of being an individual.
Well, here's what I think, though, Brian. I appreciate your passion. I get your perspective, but I think I think too many people. This is my honest thoughts here. I thought about it hard, and I stopped going after him, and then I saw what happened at the Capitol. And then I think that's what happens when you just avoid people. Hate grows. You cut off hate, you don't confront it, it grows. That's what I think. And if you don't address problems, they become
But
bigger.
what do you want to do? Like, what do you want to do? Get them off the internet?
No, I just think
this type of
I think what it comes down to the free market of ideas. And Jeremy is proposing one idea, and I propose a different one. And he's got a much greater reach than me. Mm-hmm. But what frustrates me with him is that, and I said in our debate, was he positions impossible problems for people. Mm-hmm. You could be angry about The Last Jedi all day, and you will have changed absolutely nothing.
No, you're just spinning wheels.
Yeah. And in fact, they're saying that they have influence on stuff, yet they're still complaining about the same shit. So what I'm trying to do is get my opinion out there for anyone who maybe is listening to him and give him. I think if somebody's going to consume a product or whatever it is, they should be willing to inject as much info into themselves as much as possible. So that's all I do. I mean, I don't let it ruin my day. I was curious to say, because this does look like a hit piece.
Yeah.
Because I don't like I said, if you're going to criticize them, don't take the lazy way out. Do it right. Otherwise, you know what it is. And like I was trying to mention before with the quartering, he was actually going to sue people because they said that he doxed and swatted somebody, which does not appear to be true. And I actually believe him, and I think he's a scumbag. But I don't think he would do that because he would be done if he got caught. His whole career would be over.
And basically what I'm trying to say is calling somebody a racist ends the conversation.
I didn't say that.
I know that. I'm reacting to the chat.
Okay. Well,
right. That's what I've been doing.
No.
I'm not talking to you guys. I love you guys.
Well, Zeno, please get hold of the chat because I haven't been looking at the chat.
No, it's not anything bad. It's just mostly throwing around blanket terms.
It is hard. It is hard.
Us versus them kind of stuff. You know.
Right. We don't want to go there. That's not the way. That is not the way. But I do understand that it's hard for some on the opposite side to come with grass after that event.
But that's what I'm saying. Quit the side crap. You can have nuance in everything.
Okay.
You know, and like Firewater says, it's the free market of ideas. And my way to contribute, I haven't watched a Doomcock video in 2 years.
I don't know. I don't watch either of them.
I don't watch
and I feel great.
Except for when I make you watch it.
This is the first video I've seen from him in months.
Well,
I have never.
We didn't even watch. I don't even know if we want to watch it now.
I don't want to watch it. It's just complete nonsense.
Okay.
Well,
Halogen Helix says, and this is exactly why I think this is popping up right now. I think because they were kind of like, okay, I'll just get to the question. Thought on Snyder appearing with the Fandom Menace the day before the release of his movie, G+G and Ryan on Uchi's channel. I've been conflicted. But you know what? If it's for suicide prevention, if it's for the Snyder Cut, more power to them.
Right.
It's just that I do want them to actually care about suicide prevention when they always, in my opinion, they always defend the mob and they mock people that actually care about social justice. Are there social justice warriors that are insane? Yes. And there's just as many in their group too. Like you said, be consistent on both sides. I don't like just mocking people because they care about Black Lives Matter, or if they get hired by Disney or Warner Brothers, just like that new guy that's going to be hired for the new Superman. They are attacking him horrendously because he's for social justice and he's hired. Then you're full of shit if you were cared about Gina Carano because she had a political opinion. She had her own political opinions.
If it's for charity, they earn money to raise for charity.
Yes.
So be it. If it goes to a good cause, then it's fine. I mean, at least
I'm gonna do my best to watch the stream. I don't know if I'll be able to.
Me too.
And I might bid on a couple items. But
at the end of the day, it comes down to yes, have they done shitty things where they have blah blah blah, but it's like they're doing it for charity. Put all that aside. Realize it's for a good cause. They're using their platform. They're getting Zack Snyder on there to raise awareness for suicide prevention. Like, go for it. Like,
they're doing a good thing by if this is what they're actually going to do, and they're not going to twist it or anything.
And I doubt with Zack Snyder on there, they're going to misbehave because he could just.
You never know. I don't know, but I'm hoping. If he does appear on stream, maybe I'll go watch for a little bit. I can't watch any of those people anymore because it's just. But I will go on if he appears. I'll go on and I'll watch.
But yeah, that's what I mean. It's like it sucks. Like, people don't have to like each other, but if it's for a good cause, why can't we all just come together collectively for that day?
My only caveat to this whole situation is I don't want the association with them, and you shouldn't do cancel by association. Anything to throw bad on Zack Snyder because he's collaborating with them. I just don't want any pushback from that. And I don't think he realizes someone, and they do play the nice guy routine when they're with other people and they're at complete.
I would be very, very shocked if anyone misbehaved. They're probably going to heavily moderate comments because there's going to be people trying to troll them with Zack Snyder there.
Yeah,
that I'm not going to do. I'm just going to participate and maybe donate some money.
No, not on the actual stream, but guilt by association from all the other chaos that surrounds this group.
Well, I do have to give them credit. I mean, they got Zack Snyder on there, and to me, it's going to be an interesting experiment because I actually happen to like Uche.
Yeah,
I follow him. He follows me on Twitter. We chat a little bit on Twitter. I wouldn't say we're friends. I don't think that's accurate, but it baffles my mind why he fucks with them. I kind of
me too.
He kind of explained that he. When he retired from the NFL, he missed his team. He didn't have a team, and I guess they had. He's a big DC and Star Wars guy, and he didn't like the way the sequel trilogy handed out. But I respect him immensely. In fact, I'd love to talk to him offline to see, where, if he knows anything with like financial, where I should park my money and shit. But that's another point. But I have nothing but respect for him.
I don't know about that.
Not true.
Here's a question I have to ask though. In the beginning, why did you watch?
Jeremy?
I mean, let's go back. Let's get way back between here. Why did you start watching their videos?
The first video I saw from him was his trailer reaction to The Last Jedi. That was the first video I actually ever watched on that channel. And I think just because I watched that channel, I subscribed to it, and then afterward, they started, going anti Last Jedi, anti-Star Wars, all this stuff. I followed down that path, and finally, after almost 3 years of them just completely whining about Star Wars and me agreeing with that crap, like Max knows I agreed with that crap. So, I finally reached a point when Clone Wars came out, and it was like summer, I think it came out. I finally came to a realization that these people are not good people. Like, what they're saying is just complete like ludicrousy, and they were so the one thing that stood out to me is that they attacked what's that girl's name in one of the episodes. It was Ahsoka's walkabout, and there were two characters, Trace and whatever her sister's name was. They immediately attacked them because of their look, and I'm just like, wait a second, you haven't even seen these people in action first. You haven't even seen what the story is, and you already attack them. And I'm just like, that really stood out to me. And I finally just said, no, I'm not watching this stuff anymore. Because after that, I started looking back, I'm like, wow.
You don't listen. I got caught up in this stuff too. I was making my own videos against Bree, and then my wife put me in check, and she's like, "What are you doing?"
Well, the interesting thing about what Bride asked, which is something that I see here, is that the reason why people watch the channels they watch is because at some point in time you agreed with the people what they were saying. So it's like the people here, for example, you guys are here, and I love y'all, by the way. I do love every single one of you. But the reason why you guys are here is because you like what we have to say and you agree with what we have to say. Same thing with Geeks and Gamers and Jeremy. The people that watch him started off because they agreed with what he was saying and his points, and yeah, maybe down the line, maybe he said a little things that you were like, whoa, I don't actually agree with that. But at the same time, there was one point where you all watched him because you agreed with what he said, and you kept watching because you had somebody who had a platform that was using it to speak for the things you also wanted to have out there and you wanted to agree with. Is that, that's just how it is. And then with Jeremy, of course, he's going to stick to that. If it works, people hate The Last Jedi, we're going to always talk about The Last Jedi.
Because the reason why I stepped away is because they started getting really, really, like, just, they were just making up stuff at the time I left. They were just starting to come up with these crazy theories. I'm just like, dude, this is completely ridiculous. You're not even covering this accurately. You're just nitpicking what one person said and then just making a whole big fucking deal out of it. That's where I decided where I'm like, no, I'm not watching this anymore.
Content got dry. There's only so much you can bitch about something over and over before people want to hear something new. So what do? You talk about something else. You throw out conspiracy theories. You keep the audience different. If Jeremy kept going, if they kept going with The Last Jedi is awful 24/7, the audience would get dull, just like you did. You started to see, okay, this is, I don't want to hear you cry about it.
I started getting dull when I realized that these people were just completely insane. That's when I started realizing, I'm not watching this, because what I'm getting from these people is really hurting me mentally.
Here's
because they just
like,
we are a Fandom Menace channel. Do not hate anyone. We also like Max a ton, even though we disagree a bit. This conversation.
I do Echo Base. One of my favorite ones. This is a good example of good people in TFM, because there are good people.
There are.
Echo Base Network is a great channel. I just
disagree with him on certain political things, including masks.
But see, that's the thing, is there should be a point where we should have the disagreement. Like, who the hell cares if somebody's anti-mask? Are they coming and coughing in your face?
No.
Then don't worry about it.
Okay.
You know I'm just what I'm saying.
Okay. Brian's going hard in the paint tonight.
I know.
I'm telling you guys, like, it's so much of this like us against them mentality that we live in, and it's like, where did we learn it? Public school. Like, if anybody went to school, we were always in groups. We were always on teams, and it's just like, guys, like, and I'm a sports fan, so this really hurts my heart. Okay?
I'm gonna be 100% honest, though. The only person on this panel, correct me if I'm wrong, but the only person on this panel who has like more reason to have issues with Jeremy is the one person who actually had an actual conversation with Jeremy, which is Firewater. Firewater's opinion is I would say, I mean, all of our opinions are validated, but as far as somebody who has more to say and has more relevance to having their opinion about him is Firewater, because he's the only one who actually had an actual conversation with him on his own show.
Well, he had the best conversation with him, but I think I hold the record for the most ever, actually.
No, Max, you were like, oh man, I remember.
I think there's like 3.
That was actually when I first heard of you. It was when you came onto his channel and you were talking to him.
Yeah, you didn't like me at first, I think.
Nope, I did not like you.
Oh, Max, you had a conversation with Jeremy too?
San Francisco. Get out of here, Brian. Get out
Firewater
of
here.
And Firewater's more articulate, and he probably handled it better than I did. Oh, what the hell?
Because you know what it is? When you hit them on the money, they scramble.
Yeah.
Right? If you hit them on race and oh shit.
What the hell's going on with your camera?
I tried to cover him on morality and like it being, being what his intentions are, and he's like, yeah, I'm an asshole, and yeah, I do it for the money. I don't really care, and it didn't work.
Well, I mean, that's where, and then I kind of trapped him a little bit. He was trying to prove to me about his positive Mandalorian videos got more likes, but then I noticed that they had half the views of the negative one. And I blasted him on that. I was like, dude, you're telling me that views make you money. Who gives a shit about the thumbs up and thumbs down? Well, I had more positive. Nobody fucking cares, dude. You made what? You have to work twice as hard to be positive. And that's the problem with YouTube in general, and that's what sucks.
Yeah, because but that's not the content. See, it's partially the content creator's fault, but not really, because again, when you're trying to build a channel and you're trying to build you have to mix it up. You at least have to be consistent with mixing up, because I see a lot of channels that start off with positivity and stuff. They'll make a little pieces here and there with drama. They'll get the most views, and then they'll see the drama gets the most views, and they're like, okay, well, screw it. I'm just gonna stick to the drama.
Well, they should know that what they're saying is just them creating drama for the sake of, oh, I need to get clicks. That's not a good thing.
No,
How
it's
is
not.
that going to help your business in the long run?
Well, no, it doesn't.
You're
right.
I'm no business dealer, but I know that just creating nonsense for the sake of nonsense is not going to help your business in the future.
No, you have to, like I said, you have to be consistent with mixing it up. Like I said, I always use myself an example, because I make videos, so I always try to not focus too much on one topic, because it gets stale, dull. If I wanted to work on that. Yeah, if I wanted to, I 100% could just milk the stuff I've been doing that gets the most views. But why? Because it's gonna get stale. So I put out positive videos. They don't get the most views, but who cares? They get some. As long as they get some views, I'm happy. But that's what it comes down to. You have to be responsible as a content creator and understand what you're putting out. And you have to know that, when is a good time to put out your little drama thing, and when's a good time to be normal and put out like, for Christ's sakes, I get 20 views when I post a video game video, right? I don't care. As long as somebody sees it, I'm happy. But then I know if I do my live streams, I do drama, boom, I'm getting 200, 300 views.
Well, I think the point is, though, Saggy, though, too, you actually have a day job, right? You work, right? So the challenge with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers is he left that all behind.
Right, but even if I got big enough,
what do you do if you have a slow outrage week?
What do you mean? Here's the thing.
I'm sorry. What does Jeremy like? You know what I'm saying?
If I was in Jeremy's position, if I had Jeremy's numbers, right, I would still stick to my core values. And I would keep doing the videos that I'm passionate about doing. I'm not going to do a video because for the sake of doing a video. I haven't made I've been actually slowing down my content just because I don't have anything right now that I'm passionate about doing. I'll make a.
Well, I'm just saying in general. What my criticism is of Jeremy, and what I did ask him on the stream was like, basically, what if there's a slow outrage week, and that his bread and butter is negative content. Does he release some positive content? Absolutely. But what do you do if, the bills need to come in and you're not getting CPMs? What the hell do you do? Do you have savings? Do you have investment?
Be creative.
Well, we have to at least watch a little bit, because I did a reaction in the title and everything. So we'll show the 2 minute. We're only going to show the 2 minutes of the actual video, the hit piece, and then the moment where
that thing is unfair. I will.
Okay. What?
Well, yeah, I want to see this. I want to see it because I haven't read it or heard it.
It's controversial. You should see the amount of people in the comment section saying, "Oh, that's not true." So, okay.
Well, we'll see. We'll get honest reactions here. This is what this. I think conversation's important, even if it's hard.
I love Brian.
Sorry, Brian.
Brian, I love.
I'm like melting down reading his comments, man. Like,
okay.
Like, when was the last time anybody from the alt-right did anything? Okay, let me put it to you this way. Don't count the
yeah, I was about to say
don't count that because you're wrong. Okay, they all got sued into oblivion after Charlottesville. The alt-right is gone, dude.
Oh,
I don't think it's gone.
You guys don't know what you're talking about, dude. Did you do any research on the subject? Did you watch any of that stuff? Because I did.
I'm
just saying. I know personally because I was there. I watched it.
Excuse me, I'm dying.
When you get involved in the culture war, it could take you in a million different directions.
I disagree personally, Brian. I think it's on the rise.
No, I just think you guys would believe in what the mainstream news is telling you.
Okay.
To be afraid of.
One problem with that is that it's not just those big news story events like the Charlottesville and the Capitol riot, which was completely alt-right militia groups
It's
that
just
stormed
a,
that
that's
building.
it's just a
So-
buzzword.
Here, I have some.
It's a
No, that's
buzzword.
not.
I have
That's not.
people in
It's not. It's not.
to paint them as bad people.
All right, I
They
have
are.
some unrelated. I have an
Storming a
unrelated
federal-
video
no.
to prove you how
But
to
they
prove
weren't
to you how
all
bad the
right.
internet is right now.
Right. Well, hold on,
Show
real
how
quick.
bad it is.
Real quick
I
before you
think
do
Baked
that.
Alaska was the only one there.
Real quick
Okay.
before you do that, I just want to address Paul's comment where he said that Fandom Menace channel is not every Fandom Menace channel is doing what Geeks and Gamers
No,
does, and
just the ones
that's
with
true.
trend.
That's
just
true.
ones
They
with
don't.
trend.
They don't.
Just the
I've been on a
majority of
couple.
them.
I've been a couple on their streams. They have fun streams where they talk about different things, not just about fan stuff, So they do stuff, different stuff.
But saying that the outright is gone is just.
Well, it is.
That's not. It's not. It's not right.
I'm
That's
sorry,
not right.
Brian.
Okay, you guys are being afraid of nothing. Is
No,
what I'm
no,
trying to
no,
get at.
no.
I mean, I just see,
when
I see
there's-
something
you
every
really
day.
are. You really are.
I see something every day on YouTube that shows just how
It's
bad it,
YouTube.
okay.
YouTube.
Well,
not
then
real life.
wait, Brian. Let me ask you a question. If you're saying
This is getting
mainstream media is shit, and now you're saying YouTube is shit.
No, I'm
well,
just
where do
saying,
we get the information from, bud?
Well, I have to figure out one way to find out. How I found out about it is I got curious. Okay, so I started.
Well, how do I know your sources are good?
Well, because I went to the live streams where they were having the conversations. I would sit there and watch and listen and hear what their ideas were. Okay.
Who?
Man, this was
let's. I'm showing you. This is unrelated to Jeremy. This is something I noticed today. I watched a video because sometimes something comes up in my feed and I see how many trolls downvote and leave horrendous comments. George Floyd. There's a video that comes out with his lawyers saying how they got money for his family. This is the reaction that you get from the internet. So it's not gone and it's on the rise. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's
1.1K thumbs down, 275 thumbs up, and I'm not even going to show you the comments. Every single comment is horrendous. Like he does, like implying that he deserved it, or that he was a bad person, or everyone commented on his character. That is how prevalent it is on the internet right now. I'm sorry. I don't see what you're seeing in a demise of it.
And when you're seeing...
Because I work and live in the real world. I'm just saying.
So do I,
people,
my guy.
but I don't... But do you see this stuff every day in your face? Or is it just because people feel free to say it on the internet?
Unfortunately, the real world is tied to social media now. Just look at what's happened. Going back to the January event, I used to think it was encapsulated online, but it's not. People feel this way, and they bring it into the real world, and hate exists.
Freaking fire.
What I'm trying to say is, I'm not crapping on YouTube entirely, okay? But what I'm saying is they had live streams back, when you could have those live streams, and YouTube came after them. Everybody. I mean, any kind of like anti-SJW channel or anything like that. If you were involved with Gamergate, Comicsgate, any of that kind of stuff, they started coming after you. I mean, like I said, it's all culture war stuff. As far as the news thing, I just try to figure it out myself. Like, go do some research, try to take more than one source into account. I mean, I might have overspoken, but watch Fox News, watch CNN, try to get a consensus, because I think a lot of the times you're only hearing half the story on one side. You know what I mean? So like one side's telling you half the truth and the other side's telling you half the truth. And it's up to you to figure out what the entire truth is. But in my opinion, I just don't think that I think this whole thing that there's a racist on every corner is just blowing things way out of proportion. I mean, and at the end, what is the end goal? Do we just want to fight then?
No, I think you need to.
And how are we going to talk?
I think okay, go ahead.
If you ever watched Fox and the way they like to report things, especially people like Tucker Carlson, that guy is someone who loves just painting a picture of.
Oh my God, Brian, you need a break.
His language itself.
Brian's turning red, bro.
Listen, Brian, I think I might remove you just because I don't want to get you too emotional. It's getting
leave him.
hot.
What do you mean? He's
Well,
fine.
I don't want to make him uncomfortable.
If he's uncomfortable, he'll leave on his own.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Because it's too much. It's too much.
Not that I'm uncomfortable. It's just like
it's a lot at once.
And I don't want to get mad at you guys.
Right.
Like,
No. I get it.
I get that, Brian. I get that.
Dude,
we got to not gang up or anything on him because he's got.
That's not the objective here. But what I'm saying though is that you gotta. I mean, like, I believe there's a racist on every corner? No, but I do believe that the internet's great for allowing people to become safely aggressive.
True.
That's true.
Yeah. But there's no repercussions.
In most scenarios, but yes, for the most point. Well, I mean, like the quartering got jumped at a bar because he's an asshole online. If he was never an asshole online, he would have never gotten his ass whooped at the bar.
Yeah.
I don't agree with it. I thought it was kind of funny because he literally said in a tweet, "Talk shit, get hit," and that's what he does all day, and that's what happened to him. So at least he's consistent with his rules. But I did find that is kind of funny to me. And the guy got arrested, and he should have been charged. That's fine. Both can be true at the same time. I think the guy should be arrested and charged, and I could still think it's funny based on the rules that he put out. But anyways, and that's what happens. And I think what people do, I think over time, they adopt that into their real world persona. And then when that isn't validated, because most people don't talk the same way in person as they do online. And then they go back more online so they can talk more shit. It kind of creates like a cycle of negativity and invalidation, which isn't good. But I feel like what happens, I did watch that trailer. So is that going to be like a full-blown video, Max?
Oh, no, there's just the 2 minutes that they released on Twitter. And then
is there like a bigger project or is that was the project?
And then I just wanted to get to the point where he actually called out the Fandom Menace and tried.
No, what I'm saying that the people who made the hit piece, is there more coming? Is my question.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't read the whole thing. I don't know if they're done or.
Let's look at the video and just move on from this.
Yeah. We have any movie topics? I didn't prepare any.
I thought we were gonna watch the friggin' thing. What the hell?
Yeah, come on, put it on, Max. Come on.
All right. Did I forget the sound? Damn it! Oh no. I'm boomering.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Boomers. Don't even get me started on boomers, man.
Fucking boomers.
Tell us to go to college and keep working so when we get out, there's no jobs. What?
For me, once I started diving hard into some of these people's YouTube videos, you kind of get hooked. Maybe they'll stop pushing this feminist agenda that has driven
every
Star
video
Wars into the ground.
We are going to talk more about Disney and their feminist agenda.
She has some weird resentment towards the male fans of this franchise.
All-conquering female figure now is occluding this great myth of the hero.
Rey had randomly been amazing at everything. She was the ultimate Mary Sue.
Didn't acknowledge the presence of the ultimate Mary Sue.
Daisy Ridley, she got harassed, but she did something about gun control. So
last week, author and writer Chuck Wendig was fired.
There's
James
drunk.
Gunn fired from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. This is awesome.
Documented history of dozens of anti-white tweets.
They're claiming that this was some sort of anti-white genocide.
I'm Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, and you're watching Ethan Van Sciver.
Brings me to Rose. Don't even get me started.
Didn't even have the decency. I bet he regrets doing that one.
Well, he did that. He did that before. Then he became her biggest fan after that. So after she started getting the stuff, I meant
Jordan Peterson introducing Ethan Van Sciver.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be painful.
Because she is a dumbass bitch.
Kelly Marie Tran being chased off. Or she wasn't chased off. She chose.
Essentially, space Anita Sarkeesian. Nobody wants her on Earth. Nobody wants her in outer space.
And 5 years later, when Bannon
that's actually kind of funny.
he resolved to try and attract those people over to Breitbart because he thought they could be radicalized in a kind of populist nationalist way.
He follows this idea of the Breitbart doctrine.
Can we just have a civil war and get this shit over with?
Okay, all right.
I mean, no. I'm just saying the ultimate end of it is going to end in bloodshed.
Okay.
So if we don't stop now,
It's gonna end in an e-fight because too many people are pussies in real life to take a punch.
Yeah, that's true.
No one. Ow, that actually hurts.
Yeah, right.
Wait, what?
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like, that punch to the
Well,
face.
Halogen Helix, you're doing the typical anti-SJW false flag thing. In that you can't actually, if you go that route, you can actually harass people that are victims of bullying. There's no evidence. It's you're always assuming the worst from someone. You just why would she say anything if she left for that? You're assuming that she's lying or that it was spin. I fell into that too at one point, and then I'm like, my wife put me in check, and she's like, "What are you doing? How do you know?" I mean, it's this anti-SJW rule book of false flags, of never.
Sounds like a lot of assumption to me, man. Like we're assuming how other people are thinking and feeling all the time.
No, that's true, but I feel like I get bullying and harassment online for a lot of these celebrities is like a thing, but at the end of the day, it's like a lot of these people would kill to be in the position to make the money you have.
Yeah.
So who cares? Like I'm gonna be real. These people who talk trash to you behind a keyboard, they're nothing. They're nothing. They're jealous. They're envious. They're bitter. Let them say whatever they want. Don't run away, because at the end of the day, like, it was sad. I saw what happened with that girl who was in the Star Wars, and they bullied her offline. And I'm just sitting there like, you're part of a massive major movie production. You probably made so much money and still are making so much money. F them. Literally. You know what you do when you have bullies online? You go and you buy yourself a fucking Ferrari. There you go. You bullies want to harass me? I'm gonna go out and buy a fucking Ferrari, and I'm gonna drive it down.
Tommy Tellerico it.
Right, you Tommy Tellerico that bitch. Like, fuck it. These bullies don't mean shit. All they are is bitter, lonely assholes.
How do you guys know? I just don't understand this. This is the whole thing. This is the lot of people. You don't know.
She did get bullied offline because they literally nitpicked her for her look because she was a little chubby, and they did bully her. And she
Midnight's Edge said, would she go to the China buffet?
But this is what I'm saying. She was bullied and harassed offline. It was obvious. But my thing is, you know what? I feel like she should have, but that's personally for me. I can't speak for her. She did it for her own reasons. But at the end of the day, it's like, dude, go out and buy yourself something nice. These bullies want to hate on you. Spend your millions of dollars that you just earned. Go out there and splooge. Do something fun. Screw them.
I think it's called splurge, but that's okay.
It's splooge now because I don't know the difference.
Let's take a dive on that one, Shaggy. Let's take a dive on that one.
There's a difference.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, she should have just went out and bought herself something nice just to make herself feel better and not worry about these people because they are nothing. I've been
constantly getting emails and text and DMs talking about all the like her getting bullied every single day, every single time she wanted to go on and DM a friend on Twitter. She had to look at all those direct messages and notifications of people continuously criticizing her based off her look.
I would have laughed.
I would get pissed off too.
Well, that's why I turned off my DMs. I have to follow you in order for you to DM.
Right.
Well, I probably spared myself a ton of shit by doing that.
Right? They do point the mob to downvote and everything with all the Rotten Tomatoes and stuff, and they cover every single point. It's just throwing. It's horrendous. I think.
I think people just should stop giving in to the bullies. Stop doing it, because at the end of the day, their agenda is they want you gone. They want to bully you to disappear. I've gotten banned off Twitter because my opinion wasn't favored, and I'm still here.
I have to show it because Jeremy actually did. He in a way, I spun it, but he did.
Can we?
This is just a minute. Just a minute.
Play the part where he actually kind of.
Yeah.
Inadvertently dunks on the Fandom Menace.
Yeah, that's important.
Which is probably a good idea.
Against them,
right?
He's the one who created this mess.
No, Ethan in World Class, I think, started it.
Okay,
look at this video. Look at his top video. Just explains exactly who this guy is.
Okay, so I want to say one thing before this is what constitutes bullying. Is it a personal thing? Because if you were to make fun of me, I'd probably just laugh it off. but there are people who would internalize that and say that you were bullying.
I think
So,
where it goes across the line for me is where you're so prejudiced against someone that's for social justice that you mock them, or whenever it brings up, you immediately assume, just like he did for the Little Mermaid, she's a diversity hire. Or even though I also have problems with Kathleen Kennedy, has no problem saying she's only because she's a good secretary. That is misogyny 101. He admits he's a misogynist and a sexist. He has no problem doing that. And like anyone that's like male and for feminism has got to, I know he's doing it to mock people, but it's what he says about male feminists. I don't know. That's mine. And like the Raylos and stuff, he obviously goes after groups just to mock the hell out of them. Where I think if you're talking about suicide prevention and bullying and how behavior online, I'm not saying he directly affected anyone or anything like that, but it does add to it. I'd say if you're for it, be for it, just not when the camera's on for money, for charity. That's my thoughts. I'm like, I'm all for you being for suicide prevention, Jeremy. I think you should behave better online. I think we all should. I've made mistakes myself.
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I was doing some research because Paul asked where the receipts. I just found an article where somebody, there was a Facebook group that took credit for bullying Kelly Marie Tran off of the internet.
He does show in this video, just so we're not going to watch the whole video. He does prove.
Yeah, let's watch the video. Let's see what we got here.
Well, no, Jeremy says though he proved video content that he was not for that part with Kelly Marie Tran, which he definitely proved in his video.
No, whatever.
And blasted him. No, they don't want to talk about that because it doesn't fit the narrative. Because that's what it's all about. More videos from me and Nerdrotic. Look at this. Top 10 YouTubers mentioning Kathleen Kennedy. Mike Zero.
Yeah, Mike Zero. I think Mike Zero is all right. Look how many he has. I'm just kidding.
No, he just knows the algorithm better than anybody else.
I think there was one. Oh, by the way, this account right here, this Jar Jar Abrams account, this person is a piece of trash.
Okay.
Someone who's been posting disgusting images of like violence towards Kathleen Kennedy.
There you go.
Fuck that account.
Good.
Yeah,
Good,
that person is nothing but
No, I mean, but that's it's definitely part of the Fandom Menace. I also think, listen, Ethan Van Sciver's favorite site is Star Wars Disney is Dumb by Ichibaka. He's also the one that made the 2-hour documentary about how you can't prove that Kelly Marie Tran was bullied. And then he hashtags Proud Boys the day of. So there's a lot in there. I'm not going to go deep into the roots of the groups because I do have some interesting things there, but I'm going to spare you that. I'm not going to watch. I had a video ready for Ethan Van Sciver and Vox Day, but I'm just not going to do that right now. It's too hot. All right, let's just finish this part.
Garbage troll that hides behind a fake account. And that's why in the last several months, I have been on record multiple times saying I really don't have anything to do with the Fandom Menace.
There you go.
I have friends and that are part of it, and that's fine. But people like this piece of trash and people that have gate.
Can you believe that?
No, dude. I was in.
What do you say?
Okay.
Yeah, I have no part of the Fandom Menace. I have friends that are in it.
You started it, Jack.
Yeah, well, it's not making him any money right now. He can't know them right now. He can't know them right now.
No, I was in like, what was it, 2 years ago, right around the time The Last Jedi came out, when they were starting to go the Fandom Menace direction. I was in the Discord of Doomcock.
Mm-hmm.
I even think Echo Base was there, but Jeremy was there. They were talking about it.
Yeah. No, he was there for the money.
So was Gary from Nerdrotic, and it was like, my god.
But this is a pivotal point. This is why I wanted. I actually had a Snyder Cut video.
Sorry, I do find that funny. Though.
Yeah, but this is why it's an important part. He very clearly cuts ties with the Fandom Menace.
It's smart. It's a good move because again, it's something that he can't control.
What's Stephen Walton gonna do? Jeremy was gonna be on Volume 3. Now I don't know Stephen Walton.
Steven. Volume 3, he didn't even crack 10K on Volume 2. He says he's gonna get 5 volumes.
Okay. So
when is he? Wait, were you supposed to chat with him on stream or
who?
The author Stephen, what of that?
Oh, that fell through after a certain Gina Carano video.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I
Yeah.
figured he would run away.
Well, you kind of gave me hell on that one too. That
I had a feeling. I had a feeling he was going to cower away.
Well, yeah. All right.
Because you know what it is, and here's the thing, and I'll talk to Echo Base about this. The funny thing with the Fandom Menace is whenever you criticize them, they always circle the wagons.
Of course.
The people who criticize them are never right. That's amazing. That's amazing that even someone like me, who, you know, maybe I have an idea what I'm talking about, but I don't even have dumb luck on my side.
Mm-hmm.
That's fascinating. Always circle the wagon, always protect the narrative, always protect the money. Protect the money.
I will disagree because I feel like they're a group, right? And they all are individual thinkers at the same time. Yes, they share similar opinions.
Nah, they're not.
They all make the same videos.
No, I've talked. Well, nope. You're generalizing. Not every single one of them.
Not every single one of them, but enough of them to cause a trend.
Right, but at the same time, you have to understand.
Come on, is that cool with everyone?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. But my thing is like you're sitting here. Some of them, obviously, when you're attacking the group, right? When you say, "Oh, well, all of the Fandom Menace," "Oh, the Fandom Menace does that," you're generalizing, and some of them are sitting there.
Fine,
like, I'm
I'll
part of the
sharpen my
Fandom
language
Menace.
up. I'll say the vast majority.
Whenever
you criticize the tribe,
fine, that's fine. But my whole point,
I never have a point, or nobody else does.
But they're gonna get defensive if they're.
But that's the thing, though. If they were really independent thinkers and somebody positioned better information, they should be able to accept it. If you're truly skeptical and you're truly skeptic, you should be like, okay, maybe Firewater has a point. Maybe he has some decent information. But I'm never right.
Here's the thing.
They always circle the wagons.
I would get defensive, right? So if I'm part of, say we're all part of the Max Madness group, right?
I want to be a part of the Mad Max Menace.
Yeah, the Mad Max Menace.
Don't call me
Wait, hold on, guys. Hold on. Creating fan account now.
Right, but no, if we're part of the Mad Max Menace, right, and say Max, Firewater, and Brian did something that pissed people off, and then me and the homie, will you shut up, man? I can't even see his name. Is it Jake? Jack. Okay, so me and Jack are sitting here like seeing this unfold, and now because people know we're part of the Max's menaces, that now we're being grouped in and we're being labeled certain things. We're gonna get defensive and we're gonna be like, no, that's wrong. Like, we don't agree with that. But it doesn't matter. You clearly agree with it because you're part of that group.
Nick, Echo Base Network.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
I'm all right. How are you doing?
Good. Just got off a Doomcock stream. One of the community guys, Mark C, passed away, so they were.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, they were doing a tribute stream, and everybody was kind of cheering and telling stories and that sort of stuff. So,
I'm sorry for the loss.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's kind of been around since like way back in the day. He's kind of been all over the place. On everybody's streams, not just Fandom Menace streams.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on, Nick. I always know you to be a person that has a different opinion, that's not afraid to talk to an opposing opinion.
No.
If you have anything to add that you wanted to talk about, or on any criticisms that you think were unfair that I did, or anyone else on the panel, that will address them calmly.
I actually literally just got off the phone a minute ago, so I haven't heard everything that's being said.
Okay.
But I knew you guys were covering this article that was put out, and we were mentioned in the article also.
I didn't see that. Okay.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's like 12 pages down on the article.
Okay.
pretty far down there. So.
Yeah.
I think it's unfair to say that everyone is actually ist, but I do think there are problems within the community that some might have their blinders on or don't even want to see. There are some issues for sure, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, in that viewpoint is all subjective. I mean, everybody sees it different, so I have no problem if you see it that way. Other people that are in the Fandom Menace, obviously don't see it that way, and that's fine too. So I don't have any problem with. Our channel. We got called an alt-right channel in the article. We don't even talk about politics. So
you stay pretty even. Like, even when there's a documentary, you don't just include just Fandom Menace. Yeah.
Yeah, and we rarely dive into the SJW stuff, like we might mention it or something, or identity politics or something, but we don't harp on that. We didn't make 30 videos on Gina Carano, or
I did 4 or 5.
Yeah, I mean, there's echo chambers on both sides,
That's fair,
and we're not a Fandom Menace echo chamber, even though we are a Fandom Menace channel. We're our own people, and we don't just go out and say, all right, let me go see what Doomcock and Jeremy and Nerdrotic and EVS are saying, and then we'll just repeat whatever they say.
No, I like you guys because you call balls and strikes. It's cool.
Yeah,
man.
can I ask a question?
Sure. Yeah.
How many people are we talking that are part of the Fandom Menace? Because I've met at least 5 of them. So, how big is this group?
Oh, good God. I mean, if you just look at, it's
probably the biggest fandom on YouTube.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I would guess it's over 1 million for sure.
I think that's a strong exaggeration, sir.
That is.
I mean, maybe, but I mean, I don't know. I'm just guessing.
So anyone can be part of the Fandom Menace is basically what you're saying.
Yeah, there's no leader or
So it's not like you guys are gatekeeping.
No, it's not like we have monthly meetings, and discuss what we're gonna.
So then, what's
what narrative we're gonna spin?
Wait, well, I thought didn't World Class say hey, join the Fandom Menace? You can give me $1 a month on Patreon.
Oh,
you can join that, right? I mean, that's what he's marketing, right? There's going to be another solo, stealing solo, Max.
I think Jeff was being a little sarcastic there.
Well, he says that in all the closers of all of his videos, though. So I don't.
My thing is that the Fandom Menace is kind of just what is it?
Well, really, the whole movement started mainly because people were not happy with the way. Franchises that are fandom franchises such as Star Wars, for example.
Oh, and Star Trek.
Yeah, Star Trek. Several. It's not just Star Wars, but people weren't happy with the way these franchises were being treated or dealt with, or the way they were being ran, and people were just speaking out on it. The
quality of the product, not listening to fans. I think that's where it started.
And I know, Max, I know you were, kind of right there with it. And
at the beginning, I never called myself Fandom Menace.
For the most part, we have the same goals because that's how we are with the Snyder Cut and against Warner Brothers. So it's we have the same drive, that the Menace has.
Where I lost.
No, but the problem is, Brian.
But the methods are different.
Well, I'm going to go after. No, well, not even the methods are different, but the problem is the Snyder Cut's an actual real product. A lot of the Fandom Menace, not everybody, just want decanonize everything. Last Jedi isn't real. It's that's not happening, dude.
Retcon.
Retcon. That's not going to happen.
No,
but what could happen is that because of the way the actual release, the Snyder Cut had a tangible product to shoot for, so to speak.
Well, no, but
do you see what I'm saying? You're not wanting the impossible.
Yeah,
it just took a while for it to come out.
True.
But I mean, it took a while, but. It's coming next week? I'm looking forward to watching it. I'm probably not going to hit it up until the weekend. I'll have to stay off the internet. But that's my point, though, right? So the Fandom Menace, their criticism is basically mostly useless. It's inactionable. What do you do with it? Whereas the people that were pushing for the Snyder Cut, they were like, no, we want to see. Zack Snyder's film was not Justice League that was released in theaters. That was the Justice League. It's bullshit. And we know we heard rumblings, we heard rumors that there's a Snyder Cut, and we'd like to see it, and all these other things. And you still got people denying that it existed, and it's they just remade. And it's dude, take the L, But I mean, it's a lot of the criticism of Star Wars is simply inactionable.
Where I lost interest.
Okay. Go ahead, Max.
Where I really lost interest and I started to have a big issue with the group is not everyone, but the majority and the ones that get the most traction, and then all the videos that copy them, is not more towards quality. It became extremely political and anti-SJW, and it's not really even this Gina Carano thing. I understand. I don't want her canceled either, But if you really thought that way, you wouldn't all be wanting Bree fired because she was just speaking her opinion. So it's really just your political team. And that's where I have a big issue with it.
And that's where
extremely prejudiced towards people that want social justice, just mocking them, making fun of them. Like Jeremy even says, I think they're mentally ill. Then I'll mock them in every video.
Then he goes on a stream raising money for suicide prevention. You're going to mock people for mental illness. They might kill themselves.
He actually thinks they're mentally ill.
Yeah, so I mean,
he has no issue mocking them to death, and then everyone else does too. And then the downvoting to like Rotten Tomatoes, pointing at stuff, causing the mob, defending the mob, and sending the mob. Those are trolls that do this Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, Captain Marvel had more reviews than Infinity War.
Every few hours,
but
they said, that went down another point. It went down.
I feel like everyone's berating on him.
No, it's not. That's not natural. That's pointing that's pointing trolls. I'm sorry. That's not a natural score.
So that's where I lost them too, because I realized they were starting to go so political about it, and that's where I just started saying, "Wait a second."
Which Nick, I do think you do really try hard not to go. I do see your videos. I respect you for that, and your channel's doing a lot better than mine. So, who am I to say anything about what you're doing?
Well, Mark Hamill helped us out. So
yeah, that's true. That's good on you.
You can't hurt. To have Mark Hamill on your show.
I feel so bad for him right now. I feel like he just came in there. Everyone's kind of just jumping.
No.
I'll be a fan.
I love Echo Base. This was awesome, dude. Like, I love your channel.
Have Brian on Echo Base.
Man, every Saturday night we have pop-in sessions where anybody can come on our channel.
Okay.
Anybody in the chat can come on our channel. Saturday night, 7:00 Central Time. Anybody can come on. It doesn't matter whether you agree with us, whether you disagree with us. We don't attack people or say you're stupid or whatever, you know.
Nick has more reason than most not to talk to me after our few Twitter exchanges.
I had no issue. I had no issue. I don't get offended about having conversations about stuff or people disagreeing or whatever. It doesn't bother me.
Okay,
you know,
Paul chimes in when I said my channel's not doing as well. The Fandom Menace channels are doing better than yours, though. Max, explore why that is. Why is the Fandom Menace so popular and have so many fans?
Because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them.
No, here's why. And my theory is it's a bunch of millennial male nerds that want to displace their aggression.
And they use the populism method to say, oh, we're the people, we're common people, we're just normal Star Wars fans who want Star Wars to be good. That's a message I think a lot of fans can resonate in, and that's why they use that type of platform to really build up their channels. Like, oh, we're just people who want to make Star Wars amazing. We just want to continue the great legacy of George Lucas. That gets a lot of people on board.
That goes along the logic. Just because it's popular, it means
Fandom
it's the right opinion either. That doesn't mean it's.
I was Fandom Menace. That's the point. Like that's the type of thinking that I was.
Okay, let's let the current Fandom Menace.
Yeah. We don't need to hear bitter, angry old ones.
It's basically the same.
That's how I am.
The same video constantly. Identity politics.
We want identity politics out of Star Wars. Okay, where are they, and how do you get rid of them?
By the way, Jack, not to downside, like play what you were saying.
What I mean. Here, wait.
We had a video about how Mr. Potato Head's the end of the world. It's just a toy.
Can Jack finish this?
So I mean, fear mongering about where it's going to go with this.
What I'm kind of implying about. I'm not saying this is happening in all sections of fandom. Kind of like Echo Base thing. I'm subscribed to him. I watch some of his live streams. Sometimes I don't usually watch a lot of videos, but what I'm implying at is that they use that message to get people on board, and then video after video they start convincing their viewers that this is what's happening, this is what's going on, something needs to be changed. And so I feel like that's why there's so many people now, because they've all been convinced of this idea of like that social justice is destroying Star Wars and stuff like that. It's a message they're getting around, and that's my take on it. If you think differently, that's all on you. But that's what I see. I see that it's them getting people in with a populism method, and then slowly changing the minds of people over time. That's what I think it is.
Are you talking about like the bigger Fandom Menace YouTubers out there, because the ones I've interacted with, I've been on a couple of their streams and their shows, and not once have they talked about Star Wars stuff. It's been other things that they're interested in, and
But I'm just using that as an example. But
okay,
I'm
'cause I was
talking
just
about
gonna
like
say, I know that some of them, I've never once heard them talking about Star Wars. They didn't have a stream. Like once in a while, they might say one thing about Star Wars, or they'll be like, "Oh, like the Last Jedi," and ha ha ha, and then they move on. So I would say like not all of them focus strictly on that Star Wars, because I mean at this point you really can't. It's not like you can keep going on about it. It's nothing. But I would say I get what you're coming from, but I feel like, again, this is a whole generalization. There's so many people who use that Fandom Menace hashtag, and I have to say, when you have that kind of inner community, because that's what it basically is. The Fandom Menace is just their own community, where they feel that they all agree at some points, and they all are collectively, agree with some things. But I think that there are some points where they don't. In every community, you're eventually going to have somebody who has an unpopular opinion. It happens. So I would say maybe the bigger ones, the bigger Fandom Menace YouTubers, maybe like Jeremy and the others that have those.
While Nick's here, I wanted to get his opinion on this. Why do you think this is happening now? I have my theory that it's happening because of the announcements of the Snyder collaboration, and I'm supporting it. I was conflicted, Nick, because I have my personal problems with the way Jeremy does his content. I think it's garbage. Everything says a dumpster fire.
Are you talking about the Snyder stream?
But now I have to support it because it's for suicide prevention and it's a positive thing. I just wish, as a whole, be more towards prevention of suicide, even go to the point of behave better online instead of mocking people relentlessly, in my opinion. But that I will support it, and I plan on watching it on that Friday. I think it's Friday. Is it Friday or Thursday night?
Thursday night.
Okay, I plan on watching it, supporting it, and then I'm going to decide if I'm going to make a donation or not.
And Uche's the one who's putting it on his channel, and him and Jeremy are very opposite politically and stuff. And me and Uche are very different. Me and Uche have had back and forths on Facebook, going at each other, but we're all, still part of the same community.
So I have to support it. My only caveat is that I don't want, because of some of the, not everyone, but some of the bad behavior, I don't want anything image of Zack Snyder to be tarnished.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they can,
but I don't think
over their heads with this shit. I'm really hoping not, because this will be, if they are, it'll be the first and last time like a major celebrity will appear on a live stream with like a YouTube. Zack Snyder's a fucking legend.
Nick, do you think that's part of the reason this is happening now, because of there's a lot of eyes on them at this moment?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah, they have a legitimate win. I mean, getting Zack Snyder on a stream. I mean, he's got other shit to do. It's the night before his movie premieres. He could maybe want to spend it with his wife.
Yeah,
or sit with the cast and crew.
And I can't say anything, but we have some stuff in the works behind the scenes that will be the biggest thing that's ever happened on any Fandom Menace channel, even bigger than Zack Snyder.
All right. We'll wait.
Saggy hot.
Okay, Saggy, go, Saggy.
Saggy hot. Listen.
Well, I'll be impressed if you get Mark Hamill. I'll be very, very impressed. I don't want to blow up your spot, but I'll be very, very impressed.
In the chat that are triggering me. First of all, I love you, Zeno, but the Fandom Menace has done nothing to make Star Wars better. If they did, they would have to get a real job. Listen, no fandom that has ever complained about something not many. It's a very rare occasion where any of us has ever done anything to make a change in the entertainment industry. Very rare.
Snyder Cut's first.
Number one. Number two.
No, there's a lot of armchair.
I'm gonna go with what Brian said earlier. This whole group bullshit. Blame people for their individuality. If they are individually being garbage people and they use that stupid tag Fandom Menace, no offense, I'm calling it stupid because I think all these tags and groups at this point are basically making my head explode. Because literally, at the end of the day, you guys are basically generalizing. the people saying, "Oh, they make hateful videos." Does Echo make hateful videos? Go to his channel and see what videos he makes before you say
I
they
have to
put out
agree with him when
videos.
he said that. No, he
Like
does
literally,
not.
it's like you guys can be mad at the people who are actually doing this. I've been on streams with other people who consider themselves part of Fandom Menace. I've had great times. They're not making hateful videos and talking all this craziness that you guys are basically saying they are. It's not fair. You know, why don't project what one person or two people or a handful of people might do. There is a lot more people that use Fandom Menace, and I can guarantee you, if Echo saw some hateful content, I guarantee you he probably would call it out. Just like Jack did. He was part of the Fandom Menace. He saw things he didn't like. He left. So are we gonna blame him now because he was part of the Fandom Menace? You know, it's not fair.
Some of the things I said I really regret because I understand.
But either way, at the end of the day, you are an independent person,
Yeah,
right?
it's like
So
saying you don't have agency.
right, the Fandom Menace isn't a locked-in thing. You're not Fandom Menace for the rest of your life.
Patrick's on a whole different page. He's talking about Chuck the TV show. I don't know where that came. Where did that come from, Patrick? That was like so out.
Stop the argument.
Right, I have to agree with Paul here. He said you got to think in groups because that's what everyone is taught to do now. Group thinking is programming.
There's no difference now. We've always been taught to think in groups.
I
Like,
said
that's
I've
just
heard
human
the
nature.
arguments you've had before from Andy. So yeah, I didn't say you were. I didn't say you couldn't have your own opinions.
No, he's talking about certain people who when they see Paul, they say that.
I called him a mouthpiece for Andy's signal.
Oh yeah, that's true. Brian did too. Okay, well Brian did it. Brian. So
Wait,
Paul, does that mean
Halogen, is Andy mad that Geeks and Gamers got Zack Snyder to appear on the YouTube channel? On Uche's, well, he's part of Geeks and Gamers.
But yeah, this whole
I'm actually honest. That's an honest question. Yeah.
He's probably pissed.
It's not about
and
just
he's not
because
included,
I didn't
though.
see
They're
it
not
doesn't
that he's
mean it
not.
doesn't happen. Like I get I'm new, Zeno, but I'm not new to these groups. I've been part of many, and they all suffer from that same formula. Hello, when I was back in Wii Wars and there was the whole thing with Vic Mignogna and the Kick Vic and I Stand with Vic, do you know what happened to the people who supported Vic Mignogna? They started actually talking to each other, and now that they didn't have a common goal to fight for, they actually had to get to know each other. And guess what? They started collapsing their own friggin' group because they started realizing they didn't fucking like each other. So yeah, I might be new to this specific group, the Fandom Menace, but I'm not new to groups. They all eventually suffer from the same bullshit.
Okay, Coach is a good dude too. Coach here, great conversation. I just want to add, I do not like everyone in the Phantom Menace, not even close.
Right.
Thanks, Max, for having the lesser. Oh!
Ooh, shot fired.
Oh, wow.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, not everybody who are part of groups are gonna get along.
Okay.
There's some things that bring them together, but when you actually have to sit there and have conversations with these people, you'll start realizing, whoa, wow, holy crap, you're kind of a piece of shit person. I don't want to get to know you, and you disassociate yourself from them, right? But they're still gonna use that thing because it's still part of the group. Like, I get it, but everybody needs to stop generalizing. It's starting to get me mad because, like, I've been generalized. That shit annoys the crap out of me.
Yeah. I understand
We're all guilty of it at one point in time.
I'm not saying everyone. I'm just
But also
saying
at the same time, though, if you're affiliated
yeah.
with certain groups, when you join a group, you give up part of your personal identity to be part of the group. So
Okay,
I
so
mean,
if one
that
person
isn't
does something bad, then it reflects on everybody. Everyone has to be responsible.
It depends on the group and it depends on what it is.
I think Jeremy called them out too late. Honestly, the bad.
I think Jeremy distancing himself is a smart move on his part.
It's smart.
It is a smart move. I wouldn't touch that hashtag other than to criticize it.
It's
with a 10-foot pole.
disingenuous. Why would you not stand by your conviction?
Because it doesn't make him money. He's here to make money, Saggy.
Right, but again, but this is what I'm saying. It's morals, right? It's morals. Stand by your morals.
Yeah, well, his morals, they're not. He that well is dry. Bitching about The Last Jedi doesn't get you paid anymore. He's got to evolve his brand. He's got rent to pay.
But the Fandom Menace doesn't just bitch about The Last Jedi anymore. They all do their own thing.
No, it's about Gina Carano being fired.
Well, now it's Gina. Well, Gina Carano's the next hot button. Actually, Saggy, I gotta give you my information where you can write my check.
Oh, that's right.
You got Cash App, bro.
She didn't even bring that up, and she knew the whole time.
I literally said it in the chat when Rhea brought it up. I said I lost the bet.
Do you know why? No, you still have until the 15th. Do you know why I made that bet though, Saggy?
Because you do.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I mean, what the hell else? You knew what was gonna happen. I mean, it was
surprised.
Do you know? But do you know why? Do you know why I thought that was going to happen? Just to fill in Echo Base Network, I made a bet with Saggy Melons here that a $20 bet that Gina Carano would not appear on any other YouTube channel other than Daily Wire in 30 days.
And now where I messed up is I didn't take into consideration that she might have had to sign a contract where she can't appear on any other channels.
Yeah, so I think she traded one master for another. More or less.
Well, a more stricter one, because Disney let her go on other streams and stuff and do her own thing, but
Yep, Daily Wire.
I didn't expect him to. You know what? You guys say I expected.
Well, Saggy, this is what I want you to do.
I messaged him last week and told him I'd give him his 20. I told him last week.
No. This is what I want you to. I don't want your money. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't want.
No, you can have it. I'm a woman.
No. I'm telling you where to put it. Okay, I'm not saying you're out of the.
You tell me to get Disney Plus, I'm gonna literally just give you the 20.
Yes, please.
If you tell me to get Disney Plus, I'm giving you that 20. I don't want Disney Plus.
No, actually, I was gonna say you run your Twitch channel, gift out $20 worth of subs.
Oh.
Okay, that's fair.
Then give them out to people. No. That's what I want you to do. I want you to gift out, and I trust you. I want you to gift out $20 worth of subs to people that watch your stream. Kind of create an uplift, because sometimes we're still in the middle of this shitty pandemic, and maybe it'll brighten up someone's day.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's fair. It's your money, so I guess
that's what I want you to do with it. I trust you.
Oh,
okay, wow. I gotta do it.
He's a nice guy.
Wait, do you count though? Can I gift sub you to my Twitch?
No. Give it.
It has to be other people. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, now I gotta have more people. I have 100 followers on Twitch, so now I need people to actually show up.
Or your YouTube channel, either one.
Well, I'm not monetized. I can't.
Oh,
do that
okay.
Yet.
All right. So
but if you guys follow me on Twitch, you will get a free sub thanks to Firewater here. So there you go.
Well, I have a theory behind this too, Zeno, that maybe Shapiro is coaching her, and maybe there's intentions to get her back to Disney, but I don't think it's possible now.
No, there's no way Disney's going to read.
Well, Nick, do you think there's a way back for her now?
Oh no.
Into Star Wars,
back to the Mandalorian,
joining Daily Wire was the worst mistake she could have. The worst decision she could have made. She could have gone anywhere else.
Well, I want to see if Nick thinks there's a way back now. Do you have? What's your interpretation?
The only way I see her coming back is if there's new leadership put there, some time has passed, and Jon Favreau really fights with the new leadership, whoever supersedes Kathleen Kennedy. That's the only way I see her coming back. But at this point, I don't even know if she'd even go back, even if they asked her to.
That's true.
I don't know. She traded tens of millions of dollars for tens of thousands of dollars. There's no way this Daily Wire movie is going to have anything.
Maybe it's not about the money, though.
She really doesn't need the money.
You say that now.
Do you know who her family is?
Yeah, no, her father was an NFL quarterback. I understand that.
Yeah, I mean, she really doesn't need the money.
Yeah, she doesn't need money.
Okay.
I need money. Give it
the people who make big money usually spend big.
Keep betting Firewater.
Here's the thing: it might not be just money; it might be just the job. Because she is an actress, so maybe she's going wherever the jobs are available. Kind of like most actors. Like, I had a friend who was on Power Rangers, and one of the big stories he tells people is he actually didn't want to be on Power Rangers, but his agent called and was like, "Hey, Power Rangers auditioning, you should audition." He's like, "Nah, that show's stupid." And they're like, "Well, it doesn't matter. You should just audition to get yourself out there."
Dude, oh my goodness.
So I mean, at the end of the day, it could just be because she needs a gig. If she wants whoever offers her work to continue acting, which is clearly what she likes to do, then she'll go wherever who offers her a job.
I honestly, I was rooting for her, and I think it's a waste of her career. She could have had a much better career.
But it's her life. It's her life.
No, I'm just critical. She can make the decision, but I'm just critical. Like I said, she traded a lot of money for this affiliation. I hope it's worth it.
I don't even think it's cancel culture. I think lots of companies have social media policies, and if what your company wants, you try to abide by it. And then if you double down, you are warned.
Well, Paul
She
says
made the complete wrong decision.
And
Paul
she probably
said-
signed
hold on.
something
Terrible
for
decision.
agreement too.
Paul said Gina traded $20K an episode to produce her own movie, and the principles of being able to say what she thinks. Now, I mean, it's her choice.
Yes.
Whatever she wants to trade, if she wants to trade money to have the freedom to say what she wants without repercussions, that's her life.
Yes.
It's her choice. It doesn't affect me.
Imagine if she was a leftist and she started spewing that stuff in the DIY. Would the DIY really?
We
wanna
wouldn't be
stay with
talking
her?
about it right now. If she
Right,
was,
but that's what I'm saying. Like at the end of the day, she can
But
do
think-
whatever she
think about it
wants.
like that,
No,
though.
I'm just critical. It doesn't impact my
think-
day to day.
think about
I
it like
wouldn't have
that, though.
fired her. I don't think I would
Everyone
have sat her
hates Brie
down and been
Larson,
like, "Look,
you know?
we can't have this shit." But I wouldn't have fired her.
Right, but at the same time, yeah,
but she got fired. Did I lose sleep over it? No.
Right,
I mean,
nobody should except for her.
Can I ask Nick one more question here? Do you see any hypocrisy in the people that are so for Gina, where she was sharing a somewhat political view on Twitter, where completely opposite a million videos about everyone hates Brie Larson because she gave a snarky comment that was more towards social justice, and it's just the opposite end. Because if you support Gina, you should support Brie. That's my thoughts.
I mean, the only difference I see from the criticism people on the Fandom Menace side have towards actors or actresses for whatever it is they say or do versus what the Twitter mob, cancel culture people have is nobody's asking for any of these people to be fired.
What about Chuck Wendig?
I don't know anything about Chuck Wendig.
Well, Fandom Menace people were calling for him to be fired. Now he was an asshole.
He deserved to be fired. He deserved.
No, trust me, the shit he was
What
saying.
he was doing was.
But I mean, is he deserves to be canceled for his opinions?
Well, I don't know anything. about that
I'm
situation.
asking. I apologize. I'm asking more Brian and Max on that one.
I think he crossed the line. He went way too far. He was saying some.
But I mean, so he had the wrong opinions. Is that he should be canceled? In other words, correct?
Well, no, he was making the company look bad. So I guess.
Okay, so he had the wrong opinion, so he should be canceled, correct?
Well, what Chuck Wendig situation are you guys talking about?
He was an author of Star Wars novel, right? Comics or comic books, and then he was just a big douche online to fans.
Yeah,
and he was an asshole. I'm not defending him, but
was this the Star Wars theory?
No, that's Pablo Hidalgo.
Oh yeah, that's Pablo Hidalgo. That's right. Yeah.
No, this was a year or so ago.
No, he was really blanket statementing.
Dude,
Trump
Chuck
supporters.
Wendig went off the rocker, dude.
Oh, he did. I'm not
crazy,
agreeing
dude.
with that, but then we're against cancel culture. But this guy can be canceled.
Well,
for his opinions.
The thing is,
I guess I'm not against cancel culture. I mean, I guess you got to pick and choose what you're canceling. I guess I don't know, like.
Well, they like criticizing. They like canceling people for like they nitpick stories where one crazy SJW person says this person should be fired for this reason, and they blow that up into all the people on the far left want to do that. Like, no, that's not what he said. It's one person saying one thing, and then they're acting like the whole group said that. It's just like, what? That person isn't.
I personally asked for certain individuals in the entertainment industry to be fired too, but not based on their political opinion, based on the quality of their work and what Kathy's done and what Ryan was done. So I just to give you, I am a little guilty of it myself, but in my opinion, I feel I do it based on their work and the quality of the product, not what they
Yeah, and I'm kind of the same way. Like, I'm not going to take anything away from Kathleen Kennedy and her career as a producer with all the films that she helped produce, all the Spielberg stuff. Tons of movies I pretty much grew up watching. But my personal opinion is the job that she's done running the studio of Lucasfilm has been god awful, and that warrants her to be kicked to the curb and get somebody else in there. Now, on the other side of things, where the Chuck Wendig, where he was going after fans, that sort of stuff. When you're going after the people that are giving your company money, and you're attacking the customer, at what business have you ever worked at or been to where if an employee attacked a customer, that worker would still be there?
No, I agree with you, but I'm just saying he got canceled.
Yeah, and in that aspect, yeah, you don't do that. But
I think it was profoundly stupid what he did, and I'm not defending him. I think he's a scumbag. But I'm just saying.
But the other people being canceled were canceled not for attacking anybody, just for giving an opinion. I have no problem with people giving their opinions about something, and I think that goes for most of the people within the Fandom Menace community. But when you're blatantly going after somebody or attacking somebody when you work for Disney, for Lucasfilm, I mean, that's kind of stepping over the line a little bit.
Well, here's my thing. I've owned a business before. But it's just opinions
at the end of the day.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Shaggy, go ahead.
It also depends on the customer, right? So here's my thing. Like, you have a good point to a degree. I've owned a business before where I've actually defended my employees when they were being treated poorly. Because at the same time, just because you work for a company doesn't mean that customers get to treat you like dirt. You don't have to be submissive and be disrespected because
I would
of your
agree
job.
with that. I would agree with that. 100%.
So I would say that if customers are if consumers are attacking the worker has the right to defend themselves. They shouldn't have to sit there and be complicit to disrespect, harassment, or anything. So I feel like at the same time, it's like if an actor is going after a fan just because stupid reason, but if that fan was being disrespectful, saying something crazy, I'm not gonna penalize my actor who I'm paying to work for me to sit there and be complicit because the customer is always right. Newsflash: the customer isn't always right.
Yeah, I would agree with that aspect. But
also,
I can't think of a specific situation that or a specific instance where the people within the Fandom Menace were just openly just going after somebody at Disney, for their opinion, and then
what about Pablo Hidalgo and Chuck Wendig? People from the Phantom Menace want Chuck Wendig fired. They got him canceled.
Again,
we're against cancel culture.
Again, I'm not sure what the I don't know the context of
well, let's talk about Pablo Hidalgo, right? That whole thing with Star Wars Theory. I gave him 6 hours to call me. Yeah, dude. Wow, you didn't even give him a fucking business day. Jesus, come on, man. I mean, that was like low hanging fruit to get drama clicks. I like Star Wars Theory. I think he generally makes good content outside of the drama bullshit. But I mean, what's your thoughts on Pablo Hidalgo? Should we cancel him too?
No, I never called for Pablo Hidalgo to get fired.
I'm asking. I don't know if you have or haven't. I'm asking a legitimate question because I know a lot of people in the Fandom Menace would like to see that, not necessarily you.
No, but I think that was handled behind the scenes because not only was Pablo Hidalgo trying to reach out to Star Wars Theory, but so was representatives at Lucasfilm. Okay. So, I think that was handled behind the scenes.
Oh, cool! Thanks for the input. You had Star Wars Theory on,
and we had Star Wars Theory on. And
I think he's a good dude. I just think,
he is.
I think he's genuine. I like his recaps and his what if scenario videos. I think those are a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm. His Darth Vader fan film was awesome.
That was. I enjoyed it. I watched it once. I want
to see Mace Windu in the second.
Yeah, I do want to see Mace Windu. Yeah. I'm actually more curious about the sequel than I am about the original. I thought it was good for a fan production. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to watch it like 10 times.
We're almost at the 2 hours. Do we have anything else you want to talk about or upcoming? Nick, what's going on in the Echo Base soon?
Actually, Max, I do have to dip out. Thank you, everyone, for the conversation.
Always fun, man.
All right, Firewater.
Very nice to meet you, Echo Base, or Nick. I'll call you. Have a great evening, everyone. Okay.
You too, Firewater. Always a pleasure.
Bye.
Later, bud.
So Nick, Saturday you're having an open stream. If anyone wants to come and give civil conversation, even a different opinion, you said you're open.
Yeah. So every Saturday night. So me and Coach both work full time. He's got a wife and 2 kids. I got a full time job. Our schedules are completely different. Okay. So we can't stream all the time.
We're show rolling.
Yeah, we're not full time YouTubers. We literally do this on the side when we have time. So Saturday nights is the only time we can kind of be on the same page and live stream. So we only stream once a week. Sometimes we'll have random ones, but our shows is every Saturday night at 7, and we'll normally have a topic. Like we'll do announcements, cover some news topics. topics, that sort of thing. Maybe have some guests on. But after we get done with that part, we open it up for our pop-in session where we put the StreamYard link in the chat, and anybody in the chat that wants to come on and talk on the topic or whatever is more than welcome to come in there. This Saturday we got two girlfriends of mine, Casey and Brittany, who just binge watched all the Star Wars movies and both seasons of Mandalorian, having never seen them ever before in their lives. So,
oh wow, that's interesting.
So we're gonna get a female perspective on Star Wars from a new fan perspective.
Channel. I need your help. You don't need mine. No, I'm kidding.
Well, you hit your subs. I don't even know what your sub count is anymore.
Well, because it wasn't moving. I was tired of looking at it. That's why I did it. But here's Echo Base. Go check them out. They do good work. They have some interesting documentary. I think it was in one or two of them.
Yeah. You were in our sequel trilogy documentary, which we just released a special edition of, where we added a fourth segment to it, a fifth segment to it.
I didn't watch the most recent documentary yet. I'll have to check it out.
Well, the most recent one is just the special edition of that one, where we added an extra one. So our second documentary that we're working on is the rise and fall of LucasArts gaming. Mauler is the narrator, so we just got
Mauler? Oh wow.
Yes. So Mauler just sent us the recording from the script that we spent a bunch of time getting ready, sent over to him, and we're going to be interviewing people that worked at LucasArts.
Oh, that's cool.
Gamers in the community, and we're covering the history of the rise up of LucasArts gaming, the fall of them, EA basically taking over, and the reemergence of LucasArts gaming, which was announced just a couple months ago.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, it technically never went away. Yeah, it technically never went away. It was literally on like a skeleton crew. They basically were just like the liaisons for Lucasfilm, with the EA. But now EA, it doesn't have the exclusive rights to do Star Wars gaming anymore. So LucasArts gaming is kind of being a little bit bigger, but we're gonna have a whole documentary on all that. So
all right, cool. Go check it out, and have Brian on, have Saggy on too.
Yeah, it's open to anybody that wants to come on. It's every Saturday. It's always open.
Well, Saggy's the clout chaser, so go.
Yeah, I'm on a clout crusade, y'all. I had Tommy Tallarico on my channel. I'm everywhere online.
20K, Saggy.
Yeah, I got a clout chase wherever I can get it. So my clout crusade has begun.
Yeah. And me and Coach don't even agree with each other all the time. Sometimes we'll have a back and forth on the show,
I'm gonna troll the hell out of your stream tomorrow.
All right, cool.
I just
troll.
don't make videos,
Oh, you're gonna make videos?
I don't have to worry about all that. Nope. I live stream gaming. That's all I do.
Oh, I gotta check. I didn't know you were doing that. I gotta check it out.
Last time I did something, it was it was last week.
Well, thanks, Nick, for coming on. Thanks, everyone, for being on the panel. Brian, I love when Brian brings the heat lately. Man, he's been...
Hot Brian. That's what we call him, Hot Brian.
Well, I mean, it's just, I like I said, I think it's just something that's been boiling up in me for a little bit.
That's fine. That's
what
it's for.
I don't know. I just...
No one's canceling you here. You spoke your mind.
I might cancel him.
Oh, that's all right. I'll take it. Well, I need to get off of YouTube for a while, anyways.
Well, what about the Snyder Cut, Nick? What are you excited about the Snyder Cut?
So yes, I am excited for the Snyder Cut. I'm excited that the fans actually. That shows the power of fandom right there. The Snyder Cut is a perfect example of what fandom can do. And I really couldn't say anything earlier because Firewater was talking, but one thing I would say on the Fandom Menace hasn't changed anything with Star Wars. If you look at the direction that Disney and Lucasfilm has been going, and even Hasbro and the merchandise for Lucasfilm, they have been staying away from the sequel trilogy. Mm-hmm. The Fandom Menace is being heard by Lucasfilm, and I guarantee you, I 100% believe that they might not do everything that we're wanting, but I definitely can see a change in direction. because
when products aren't selling, they usually don't want to continue to put them out on the market.
Well,
exactly.
I
Well,
appreciate.
I don't think that's just. I don't think that's the fandom.
I wouldn't say it's solely the Fandom Menace.
No, I think it has a lot to do with the general audience as well.
I mean, my 13-year-old niece hates the sequel trilogy and refuses to watch it, and she's not part of the Fandom Menace.
Yeah, that's like general audience. I think a lot of actual people that went to see that movie did.
So it's not just. It's not the Fandom Menace. The Fandom Menace is a very small part of a huge fandom. So
more or
they
less
can claim they're the people. They're the man of the people they want. They're just a part of a Star Wars community that's a lot bigger than they are. So if they want to claim responsibility for boycotting Disney and their movies doing really bad, okay, cool. Like,
I wouldn't say it's the Fandom Menace is responsible for changes, but I would say that they're a very loud voice in that part of fandom.
I would actually,
I agree on that one.
Not to get into another separate argument, but I actually think they're a detriment to quality things happening because they complain about everything. Whereas we had a point at the beginning, it's lost with all this. Oh, this is horrible. This is SJW when there's nothing there. Never get anything a chance.
I really didn't hear a whole lot of that coming out of the Mandalorian seasons 1 and 2.
Well, they were bitching about Gina Carano though being an SJW, and then as soon as she turned into, what she turned into, they were totally all for her. So
I never saw any of that within the community. I'm not saying it wasn't there. I'm just saying I never saw any of that.
Well, let's not get into another thing because we're going to close. But
Max, I kind of agree with that point.
That's my problem.
I kind of agree with your point. Kind of thinking about the quote from The Incredibles: "If everyone's super, if everything's so bad in SJW, then nothing is." So,
well, even Jeremy did say that before. He did say
that. It's just white noise at this point. It's just, oh, this is so terrible in SJW. So is that?
Well, I feel like we're not. There's more reasons not to listen to fandom now than ever, and I don't know how this. I'm really happy the Snyder Cut happened, though. I'll tell you that. But beyond,
I guess I'll watch. I don't know. I was never a big DC person. I was more Marvel.
Because I actually think this is, like I said in another stream, Nick. I think this is actually the golden age of entertainment with streaming. There's some really good product right now. Yeah. And I think if we just try to root out what's bad about everything, it's actually very good right now for me personally.
All right. Well, I'm gonna dip out before.
Yeah, we're gonna end the show anyway. Yeah,
I'll probably get some DMs telling me I'm a SJW. That's okay. So
anyway, we've been called SJW.
SJW.
Anyways, thanks for having me on, Saggy, Brian, Nick, Max. Thank you.
Thanks.
If I get too heated, please let me know.
Will you shut up, man?
You're all good, bro.
Will you shut up, man?
No, gosh, thank you guys for having me on.
You don't got dip. We're about to end the stream.
I know, but I have stuff to do.
Oh, okay. You go do that.
You're right. I heard it's gone real woke.
Well, bye. Nice to see you.
All right. Well, I will catch you all on a future date.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
And then we are going to end it. So thanks, Nick. If you want to stay for like a minute after we're ended, just this. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't got nothing going on.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
See you guys.